it was Saturday. His post-game press conference, he pulled out the laptop and showed detailed where the referees were. Has he got fined for that, by the way?
He will be.
You know him, obviously, pretty well. What do you think of that little scene?
For Mike Brown to do something like that, it had to be like obvious. He doesn't do that. That's not his demeanor. That's not his style. But the fact that he was trying to still point it out with the referee, you can't do that. So we were just sitting here talking about a fine. I mean, and referees are human just like us. We were kind of talking about how San Diego State was pissed off because they got the calls. Man, it comes with the territory. Just take the loss and keep it moving and come back and play.
All right, but that's 2 in 2 weeks. So DC, that is a clap right there. Right? We had Toronto.
It's a complete crap.
Yeah. So that's like in the last.
Great. The basket will count for Junior Hogs, and he's fouled. Fouls on Juarez.
Great finish by Moore.
With it, kicks it over to Jennings for a three. Oh, Santana calls bank off the window.
Has been stuck on 14 the last couple possessions. There's Chloe Brown, a right corner three. It's short. Randall, the offensive rebound. Counted and a foul for Nadia Randall.
Thought about it, puts it on the court, pulls up, gives it to Brown. What is this? Oh, my goodness.
Sanchez has the third one, so he's got 2 of those. Quick steal, and there's the basket to close out the quarter as Brandon Lopez with a big steal.
Him a little bit, and he got me thinking about it. You know, look at here.
Tipped away by Owino. Big smooth, big jam, big time finish.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
Energy. And I'm not trying to stick up for the referees or anything like that, but I'm about to. It's just as hard to ref a game as it is for a basketball player to play the game. There's been plenty of times I've cussed out a referee, even in college. And sometimes I'll go back and I'll apologize because I realize he might have missed it. And then that's where the makeup calls come in. You'd be amazed if a referee would walk by me and be like, my bad, Kenny, but I got you. It happened. And especially the big fat one. Who was the big fat referee in the WAC that we had?
It was Moose Stubing.
Yes.
It was. I don't know if he was big and fat, but he was like the manager of the Angels. The guy used to do like this with his hands and point that way.
Sorry, Moose, if you hear me.
No, Moose is passed.
Oh, God,
Moose is
I'm
passed.
sorry.
But Moose was a legend in the old whack.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why I pulled that name out either.
I don't know how I thought of him.
The same dude, right? We're thinking of the same dude?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But then there's been a
It's the
couple
only old
Lobo,
whack referee I remember.
yeah, and then there's been a couple Lobo games to where I've seen some of the referees that actually ref when they were just in the whack, but they're jumping from conference to conference.
Well, because it's a whole alliance now in the West.
See, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, Kenny Thomas is in. It's kicking it with Kenny here on these Sports Animals.
One of the things we're seeing too is, you mentioned Steve Kerr, is just the end of the Warriors being a playoff threat. So Draymond Green comes back, they're working him back in the rotation, but they lose again. And I think the big question at a team like Golden State is, do you just ride it out with Steph, Clay, and Dre, or do you try to move one of those pieces, maybe a couple of young guys, and get something else on the floor? What do you see with Golden State?
Well, right now you have to write it out. When you talk about Clay, everybody's talking about his extension. Obviously, it didn't happen. It's not going to happen yet, so you still got to play. Draymond, it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back and where he stands, if he's in the right mind space. Because if he's in the right mind space, he's the type of individual that can come in and turn that whole thing around. And the Warriors are in what seed right now?
I haven't seen. They're like 12 or 13, right?
See, but if they're 12 or 13, you got to keep in mind, like 1 through 6 is in, 6 through 10 now. Yep. You get a chance to actually play in the play-in.
So they're a game and a half back of the Lakers. The Lakers are in 10th place.
See, so they're still right there. The Warriors, I mean, they're the type of team that knows how to win and they can creep on you. And then they have the situation with Wiggins. They don't know what's going on there. I've heard things is getting traded, but I think he's a key component. So we'll see what happens.
Want to take a phone call?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Mike wants to talk Lobos basketball. Good morning, Mike. You're on the Sports Animal with Kenny Thomas.
Big day, season ticket holder. I'm looking forward to being there tonight. You know, we definitely need to have a lot of people that are second guessing going tonight show up. That'd be cool. But I wanted to mention two things. Talking about toughness and how the calls are, you know, how they played. They definitely played. And I thought they were fair both ways because there was fouls that could have been had. And, you know, there was enough stoppage of the game as it was.
No doubt.
But I think letting them bang under the basket is going to get us ready for what used to be perceived as the Eastern teams were a lot tougher. They would rough you up. And, you know, Western teams weren't used to that. And they said it was a disadvantage. Letting them bang last night or in that last game was key. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I think the coach is doing a great job as far as in a lot of aspects, but as far as House and managing his last couple of games when he sees his emotion, which I absolutely love, you know, getting him out of the game. And I think when he sits on that bench a little bit and when he comes back out, oh, my God, he's on fire, man. And I think that's really been a good call on the coach.
Appreciate you, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, Mike, just to back up what you said, I feel like Nelly and JT do need that banging. And them being able to go in there and post up strong, I think is huge because them being wide, it's showing the guards in the backcourt, hey, we can throw the ball into you guys and we want you guys to finish. But when the guards can't get the ball into you, which I've seen, and Toppin and Nelly are not holding guys off, it gets a little frustrating for the guards, right?
Yeah, let me ask you something. He brings up a point that has always been talked about. Teams out of this league or the WAC back in the day, or even the Pac-12 to some extent, when you get into March, they call the game differently. When you played, whether it was against Louisville, whether you played against Syracuse, UConn, Missouri, all those teams you played in the NCAA tournament, did you notice a difference in the physicality when the games were played at that level in the tournament as opposed to the way they were officiated in the WAC?
Yes, and I feel like playing against Utah with Michael Doliak.
But did they let you play? Did they officiate it differently?
They let us play.
Yeah.
Unless you're Keith Van Horn to a certain extent, right?
You got away with everything.
Doliak was a big dude. He was a big, strong guy. And he helped me get ready every time. And then you got guys like Jahidi White that plays for Georgetown. The dude was wide. And then you have the big Missouri guy that I had the guard that felt like he weighed 300 pounds in the tournament, right?
You went for like 27 that day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a double-double that game.
I recall.
Yeah, I
I
played
was in
really
Denver.
good that game. And I feel like the bigs are on the right track. Nelly, I got to get some more rebounds. I got to get him to play a little bit more defense. And JT, keep doing what you're doing because I know the guards appreciate it. And keep setting pick and rolls in transition. Can't nobody guard it. Mash, keep it up, man.
If Nelly, so he had 2 points, but he had 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and that's what I'm focused on for him right now. If he can be that difference maker defensive, because I thought that's where he was going to have his biggest impact.
I want him rebound,
block shots.
See, because if people are focusing on JT now, because he had 9 offensive rebounds, Nelly, there might be some ones that you could just get. Trust me. If I was playing with the big in the NBA, I used to go clean up the boards, man. That's how I shot 40-something% because a lot of them were putbacks and different opportunities because I didn't get the ball a lot. So I had to go figure out how to score.
Big one tonight. Utah State's in the pit. You'll be back in on Friday. We'll talk about that. They go up to Clune to play Air Force. Then a road game next week against San Jose State.
Hate playing there.
And then a week from Sunday, Noodles and Alford will be in town, which will be fun as well on a Sunday night. All right, Kenny Thomas will be over on News Radio KKOB tonight after the Lobo game with Brandon Ortega. You can call in with Lobos Live with Kenny Thomas, sponsored by Barrelas Coffee House. Kenny's Wine you're going in Albertsons now?
Yeah, man. I just got noticed Albertsons in the whole state.
How about that?
Yep.
Right.
KT Legacy Wines. And if you're at the game tonight, check it out up there in the suite level. And like Jeff said, post-game show, you can call in 505-243-3333.
Put that in your phone. Good to see you.
Man, I appreciate you guys.
And keep rocking that Houston Texans beanie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, oh, yeah.
It's good.
You guys remember Ruben Patterson that played with Kobe Bryant?
I do.
He's up in Cleveland, right? And he's a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
So I was talking crap to him. But the way we came out and dominated that game.
He weighed.
Mm-hmm.
He did weigh.
I've been talking about Baltimore.
I know.
And the people out there know why. I just met the chief of police and he's a Baltimore fan.
See?
APD. So.
You got a bet?
No.
Some wine?
I will be talking crap.
Yeah.
I will be talking crap to him. Yeah.
Catch Kenny tonight, News Radio KQB after the Lobo game. He's back in on Friday. It's Kicking It with Kenny. Have a great week.
Man, I appreciate you guys. And you're not going to the game tonight, right?
I think I am.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why, you want my tickets or what?
No. I'm going to see if I can.
All right, well, maybe I'll give you
scap
my
some.
tickets and we'll figure this out. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is your home for the Super Bowl on the radio. And not just this.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Cross-Camara here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Show that shit better than all my intentions. Like me, show that you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
bring it back.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, taint, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
You can talk any Lobo, Luke Longley, Mel Daniels, Danny Granger, Tony Snell. Kenny is up there as far as great Lobos with any of them. He's the second leading scorer in the history of the program, leading rebounder in the history of the program. And when he played, the 4 years he played, that was back when you only played 4 years. Not only did they go to the NCAA tournament every year, they won a game in the tournament 4 years in a row.
I knew Kenny was a really big deal this Saturday afternoon when I looked across the court and I saw him try to leave. He had people asking for pictures and handshakes. And I mean, everyone in the building knew who he was, what he was doing, what he was about. Kenny's the man out here. Yeah. There's no denying that.
All right, a little breaking news. There's another football coaching job open in the Mountain West Conference. Did you not know this?
No.
San Jose State. Brent Brennan, who is a good friend of our program, who's been on with us many times, has left San Jose State. He has taken the Arizona job.
Woo, congratulations.
Yeah, Brent is one of the really, really good guys and did a heck of a job. And you know what's crazy? When they came in here, San Jose State, were they 1-5 when they beat the Lobos? Mm-hmm. Right, they opened up with SC and Oregon State and Toledo and then Boise State and I think Fresno State. No, that wasn't Fresno State. Somebody else. Air Force. People wanted to run him out, and then he won his last 7 games or whatever it was. He went 7 seasons at San Jose State. He is taking over for Jed Fish, who took the Washington job. Brennan, pretty good record up at San Jose State. 3 bowl appearances in the last 4 years. He was at Arizona in 2000 in Dick Tomey's final season at Arizona. And then Dick Tomey, of course, went on to be at San Jose State when the very first New Mexico Bowl did the late Dick Tomey. And Brent was with him there. So there is a little bit of history there. Brennan coached receivers at Oregon State under Mike Riley. And so there's a job open in the Mountain West. Good for him, man. Now that's going to be a tough place to go into because those fans are pissed at Arizona that Jed Fish took that Oregon job after preaching loyalty and talking guys out of the portal and the whole thing.
And this is where it's always hard to come down one way or the other.
I know.
On everything that we see happen in college athletics. But congratulations to Brent Brennan. He deserves this opportunity. It's a hit for the Mountain West because he made San Jose State back into a team to watch out for, back into a team to worry about. And so here's the thing. It's going to be harder for whoever takes over at San Jose State than it is for Brennan to succeed at Arizona.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and look, the portal is emptying of Arizona players. This is going to be an interesting transition. They acted quickly at Arizona. Arizona's going into the Big 12, but that's a big deal. All right, 505-246-0610. Josue, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Hoser?
Good morning. Hey, just wanted to give props to first of all, the Lobo fans on Saturday, because they pulled off the stripe out. I was a little concerned. I was like, man, is there going to be, some really bad looking spots? But overall, man, that worked wonders. So look great atmosphere. Glad to see the big men, from what we saw last week with UNLV, just really banging in there. And credit to the refs, because they let them play. They weren't just blowing their whistles early on, and it got physical both ways. And I liked it. I liked the physicality. Great to see Nelly Joseph kind of get back in there and really get aggressive on the defensive side. So, man, what a great day. And, I was just thinking, man, this is the start of a great weekend. You got the Lobos on national TV winning. I was looking forward to the Cowboy game on Sunday, and Lord and behold, it's crap. And so I was just like, oh, man.
It's a complete crap.
Yeah, it's crap. But JJ's got a lot of good points. I think, when you step back and Jerry Jones, of course, not being emotional, and I know fans always want to blame him for everything, but just some things that I saw on social media. I think it's easier to replace coaches. I mean, with Dak, it's hard to find a quarterback, and it takes years, and to figure out what's it going to be. So you have a decent one there. I agree with you. You said maybe pay him decent money and just see if somebody else can do something better with him. But coaches, I think it's a lot easier to replace than it is to try to find a quarterback. As we can, after Aikman, it just took a while. I mean, I think you had something with Romo, but there again, it's whatever it is. It might be a curse or what, but man, something is just it's just strange there. But well, there's always next year, so we just get ready and keep our hopes alive.
That's the Dallas Cowboys motto.
Yep,
it's always next year.
Yeah.
Always next year.
All right, Hoser, see you.
All right, man.
Dak Prescott equals Tony Romo?
Yeah, same thing right now.
I mean, like honestly, when it's all said and done, let's say Dak Prescott left now, and I don't think he will, but let's say he does. Dak Prescott, Tony Romo, better career as a Cowboy quarterback. We're kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Really good quarterbacks. I mean, look, I'm not telling you he's a bad quarterback. My question is, if I'm evaluating, can he get me to where I got to go?
Are you going to keep doing the same thing?
I've got an 8-year sample size now. He's supposed to be in his prime. He's potentially up for an extension and a raise. And I just got run out of my own building in the first round of the playoffs by a 7th seed. Like David says, it's an email, jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. The Dallas defense was terrible and was exposed. However, they gave up 34 points, not 48. Guess who gave up the other 14? Ding, ding, Prescott. He was terrible, wildly inaccurate, horrible on third down. He took a sack on third down, kept him from kicking a field goal. Yes, the defense was terrible, but he put them in awful spots early by killing drives when he missed open receivers, and those 2 interceptions were just awful. You know when he settled down and started to play well? When the score was 41-16, the Packers were in prevent defense in the third quarter. That's not a championship defense, and he's not a playoff quarterback, certainly not with a throw-first coaching mentality. You agree with that? He's not wrong.
That was what happened. And that's where I understand the incredible frustration. Because watching Dak Prescott this season, he was a very good quarterback. And then he gets to that point in the playoffs, and that offense was terrible. Terrible. It was both. It was they had 30 yards of offense in the first quarter. Packers had over 100 yards. So your offense not sustaining drives, not putting points on the board early, and defense soft as Charmin out there, and you get blued out at home. And changes have to come after a performance like that.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking at. And that's why I think Jerry's been silent. He canceled his radio appearance today, his weekly radio appearance on Dallas radio, and that's why I think y'all expect something. Vince, you want to talk Lobos and Kenny? Good morning, Vince. You're on the Sports Animal.
Good morning, fellas.
fellas. Great win for the Lobos. That was it was nice to see that. Really enjoyed watching my former Miner, Aaron Jones, run over the Cowboys. There's problems in Big D, and it goes well beyond Dak. I think that defense is really not too much to talk about. So they've got a lot of problems there. I think they need to make a coaching change because you just can't go out that early in first round, get blown out at home like that. But when you talk about Kenny Thomas, can you remember that wonderful little drop step that he had? I can still see it right now, where he would just get you on the blocks, and in the words of the great Chick Hearn, he'd get you in the popcorn machine. He'd just fake you up and down a couple times, and he was unstoppable when he got you down on the blocks. It was great memories for everyone that's watched the Lobos for some time. But if you haven't, you need to go back and you need to try to YouTube some of those old Kenny Thomas when he hit those down low moves that he would put on people. Incredible. One of the best power forwards I've ever seen in college. Thanks, guys.
I think that's right. That's a great call. Kenny was just a terrific college back and a really good pro. But he was a power forward playing a center position most of the time. But down on the post, when he would get the ball and use that big body, and he became skilled. And like he told you the story last week, how he got to learn to use his left hand. I mean, I'm not overstating it when I tell you he's as good of a Lobo as there's ever been. And like Danny Granger was terrific. Luke Longley was really good, and all of them. Tony Snell, all of them. But Kenny's right there at the top, and it's really cool to have that conversation with him twice a week. All right, 505-246-0610. You still have time for you to get in. When we get back, I'll wrap up everything. What you got to know as you go through what's going to be a really, really busy day, I think. All your headlines and all the breaking news this morning. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal, your home for the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl.
This is Boomer Science with the CBS Sports Minute. Loyal listeners.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Rosendo Najar here, president of Carpenters Local 1319.
Juan Junior Gonzalez, warden of Local 1319. Some people have a misconception about what a carpenter does.
The carpentry trade entails more than just woodworking or building houses. We are responsible for 85% of a construction job site. Everything from the superintendent on down. We have a great apprenticeship program. Information can be found on our website.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
so that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com.
I do. By the time we get in here tomorrow, there's going to be another NFL coaching open. Do you agree?
We'll tune in tomorrow to find out.
I mean, you're shaking your head like you agree with me.
I'm refreshing.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, the guy in the commercials. Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, walked out of his press conference yesterday when asked about his contract and whether or not he'll be back. Dude, that could be open by the end of the day too, by the way.
It could. And what is so different about these situations when we're talking about good teams wanting better is there's potential where it's not just Bill Belichick, but it's a Mike Tomlin on the market too. So you're not just saying, hey, we're going to go get this new coordinator, see what it's all about. There's a familiarity, a track record that hits different with these guys. And I know that's also part of the conversation. Are there too many retreads in the NFL? Are these guys getting too many opportunities? Because we're going to see it again with Dan Quinn. We'll probably see it with Jim Schwartz getting a couple interviews, the Browns defensive coordinator, guys that have been head coaches, but coming back into the mix. But it's the Bill Belichick and potential Mike Tomlin. That's the difference of why you would be kicking the tires of firing a coach that just won double-digit games.
Does it matter to you where and how you interview? Yeah, so like, let's say you're a head coach and you interview with the Cowboys, and I don't know, you go to Jerry Jones's office, or you go to, you meet
have a sleepover.
Yeah, or a sleepover. You go to the Chargers place, or you go to Atlanta and you go on Arthur Blank's yacht. I don't know where that yacht is in Atlanta or wherever, but it's not in Atlanta. Yeah. You go on this beautiful. Does it matter to you? Just asking. It's impressive. That's what I got. That's what everybody's gonna be talking about, and of course the Cowboys. It's 2 days later, but it feels like it just happened, doesn't it? 3 days later, was it Saturday, Sunday? When do they get run out of the building? Sunday, because today's Tuesday, isn't it? It just feels like forever ago. First job that opens. The next job that opens, because we sat around last week, talked about jobs and coaching vacancies. And one filled, right? Which one filled? Didn't an NFL job fill last week? Yeah, the New England job. They hired Gerard Mayo. So, and we said there's going to be more. At least one team in the playoffs is going to make a coaching change. Pittsburgh, Dallas, or Philly opens up next. I almost think Pittsburgh opens up within the next few hours. If he's made up his mind, and it sure as hell feels like he has, he's probably going to inform them, I'm done.
Feels like Pittsburgh's made up their mind because they didn't extend it.
Okay, they both made up their mind. That one may be the one.
I don't know what happens first, but
they all three happen, I think.
So you're going over 1.5 with those three out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would even go over 2.5. You don't think they're all three going to open? You think?
Yeah, I do. I'd probably take the over 2.5.
And you think Sirianni's going to be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I look at
that one would be fascinating for a Ben Johnson, offense coordinator, Detroit Lions, coming in trying to re-spark Jalen Hurts, because the one thing, they look so vanilla over the last few weeks of the season.
They did.
Offensively, which didn't make any sense. They stopped running the football yesterday, which is wild. So that goes on Sirianni. But here's the thing, too. I do understand the conversation with Dak Prescott and the Cowboys of, we've seen it for how long, you need to move on. I think it's dangerous territory for Philadelphia if they think they can keep recycling coaches every 2 years and still be this successful.
Sure it does. But why would you think he changes his pattern?
I mean, he might not change his pattern, but
hey, we didn't hit this 3-for-all over the weekend. Smile. DC went 3-0. We hit on Houston +2, the Rams +3, and Green Bay +7. Took 3 dogs, won 3 games. JJ went 1-2. Hit on the under with KC, Miami. Lost, taking Cleveland -2 and Detroit -3. I went 2-1. I hit on the under with Kansas City, Miami. I lost. Boy, did I lose on the Eagles. Laying 3 against Tampa Bay, and I hit on the Rams, getting 3 versus Detroit. So it's a new contest, a postseason contest we're doing since I won regular season. Is that how we're doing this?
Yes. I will say, though, when you picked the Eagles last week, as soon as you said it, you regretted that choice.
2 weeks in a row. Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and then we'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, ripped, plastered, taint, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.